Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this was posted the other day, and I messaged them about 40 minutes after it got posted, and she kind of said first come first serve, and I didn't really want to drive all that way if it wasn't going to be there for me. So I told the person that just let me know if it doesn't sell by the end of the day, and I'd be happy to come take a look at it. And she said she had lots of interest, but nobody came, so she said she'd hold it for me. So it's the next day. She's got it marked as pending. So I'm gonna go take a look at it, try to get it for a little bit less than 200. She said that the gasket blew, so I'm not sure if that's the head gasket or what, but I did notice that down here it's missing the fan shroud to keep the engine cool. So possibly it overheated at one point. So I'm a little bit scared on that. I'm probably gonna try to get it for $100 just because it's missing that and it's missing the title, and the plastics seem like they're pretty oxidized, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to bring those back or not. So the goal is to go check it out, try to talk them down a little bit. These things are only worth, I don't know, in this condition it's probably worth $100 to $200. If you had it cleaned up and it looked good but it was missing a title and it wasn't running, you could probably get $350 maybe for it. And then if you got it running and cleaned up, but it still didn't have a title, I sold one the other day for 700, I believe. Um, so it kind of just depends. We are gonna go check this thing out, see if we can get a deal done, and bring it home. Well, I bought the Spree for $100. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not because it's a little bit more rough than I thought. Um, Front wheel is a different color. Got a small break right there. The case down here is dripping oil. And then I'm most worried about there's no fan shroud over here on this side. So if they ran it without that, it could have overheated and cooked the piston and rings. So I'm hoping that's not the case. But I mean, for $100, can't really go wrong. Story goes that they've had it parked for about 6 years. They got it from a friend, and the wife actually commuted on this thing to work for a while, and then they just parked it, and they're moving and can't bring it with them. So I don't know, I thought I'd make for a good video. Got it for $100, can always sell it. But I think first thing we'll do is pull off these plastics, get a compression test gauge on there and check that, because if it doesn't have compression, I'm probably just gonna clean it up and sell it. Just because that's doing a lot of work. But let's get into it and see what we find out. Okay, let's take a better look at this thing. It's been sitting, you can tell there's lots of dust and oil on it. There's no oil in the container up there, which isn't a good sign. You can see the cylinder right there. So usually there's a fan shroud that covers this whole thing, and it goes up, and then it goes over this, and so the air gets drawn up and blows over the fins, and that's all gone. So I guess we're just gonna pop this off. That's not the correct spark plug top either, I don't believe. Let's see. I'm really not giving this thing much hope. I think it's probably blown up, but we're about to find out. Awfully wet plug. Looks like it has oil in it. What happens with these things sometimes is when they sit for so long, the oil drains into the cylinder, and then you get a pipe that's filled up with oil, and they sometimes hydro lock. So I'm going to get this screwed in, and then we will check the compression. I bet this thing has maybe 25-30 pounds of compression. I'm going to pull the throttle all the way open. See what happens. Oh, we got compression. Let's go. Oh, this thing has good compression. I've never had a Spree with that good of compression. So about 170. That's great. Usually it's like, I don't know. I've had them where they're like 120. So that's surprising. So I guess we're going to continue with this one. Yep, we got spark as well. So boom, this thing should run. Let's hit it with a little starting fluid and see what happens. Gonna just pop off this air cleaner and spray a little carb clean in there. Yeah, see there's a bunch of oil right there. So basically what happened was this thing was sitting so long that the oil probably drained down, filled it up. Here we go, first start. What the heck? It's trying. I bet you that exhaust is filled up with oil. Well, I was unable to get this thing to start. Cranked it for about 5 minutes and nothing. So it tried a couple times, but it wouldn't pop off, which I don't know. Usually you can always get something that has spark to pop off. Which has got me thinking that possibly it had good compression when we tested it because it had a bunch of oil in it, maybe. That's weird. The spark plug, or oh, never mind. So what we're gonna do is just pop off this carb, give it a quick cleaning, open it up, check it out. Sometimes, almost always, I've had an issue with this electric choke, but you can always get them to start even if that's messed up. So I don't really know. I think this thing's got bigger problems than just a carb clean. Someone had the fan shroud off at one point, which means maybe they were doing something with the piston. Maybe the flywheel key got sheared off, so the timing's off. Who knows? But we're gonna start with the basics. This carb needs to be clean regardless, so we'll just pop it off quick. take a look. Ooh, that might be a problem. That's a lot of oil in there. Sheesh. Maybe I should have put that in a bucket. So I would say the engine is filled up with oil. So we're going to disconnect this oil line. That ain't helping. Carb doesn't even look that bad in the inside, actually. Might just pull this center jet out and take a look at it. Now I'm kind of thinking that maybe it's just kind of filled up with oil, because this looks clean. Center jet is going to get sprayed out. So that is clean. So I don't think that's our problem. So we're going to get this carb tossed back together. Where'd that blue dye come from? Okay. We might just remove this electronic choke. I don't usually run those anyways. Okay. Get this tossed back on and try it again. If it still doesn't start, we might have to pull that pipe off. I bet you it's filled up with oil. Let's see if this thing will fire up now. Oh. I need to block off this line. Well, I decided to pull off this flywheel and just take a look at it. Make sure that the little woodruff key is not damaged, and it's good. It's awfully dusty, so I'm gonna hit all these little terminals with some sandpaper, so that might improve the spark. And then I'm gonna get this tossed back together. We'll try it again and see if we have any luck. Also, there's this little thing, like a little pulse thing, that tells it when to spark, so you want to clean that surface off really well too. This again. What was that?
No idea. Just a tire on the cardboard.
Oh, okay. Check it out. I forgot to do a little after video of when I washed it. Cleaned up pretty well. Removed those stickers. So, looks pretty good. I have posted it on Facebook Marketplace for 450 bucks. And we'll see if it sells. If it doesn't, we'll do some more work to it on a future video.